Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm just sitting here in my robe drinking my morning coffee looking sexy as hell as usual. And for those of you who say I don't look sexy as hell when I do these videos in my robe, nobody cares what you think. I didn't ask you shit. And also, I left my Breathe Right nasal strip on that I sleep with at night because of my sinus issues, so hopefully no one comments today, oh, he's out of breath, he's out of breath. No, motherfuckers, I have sinus and inner ear problems. I do 2 hours of cardio a day right now. And I am the only person on YouTube who could wear a Breathe Right nasal strip, sitting in their robe drinking coffee and still look sexy. I make this thing look good. Now, I had people spamming me yesterday again, and this is one of the topics that really annoys me that everyone seems to spam me with every time. It's like the 6th or 7th time this has happened. And honestly, I haven't even watched the video yet. And it's always these topics of tall people can't squat, tall people aren't built to squat, and therefore shouldn't squat, or tall people don't have to squat. That's always what these topics are. And I personally find that really interesting and amusing. And keep in mind, guys, I don't run a bodybuilding channel. I'm not a bodybuilder. And the majority of people who work out for serious competitive reasons are not bodybuilders. I would say bodybuilders make up less than 1% of the serious training competitive world. And I'll give you an example here in this video. I'm going to show you guys my cousin Chris, little Chris, who I grew up with because he's a year younger than me, so he's little Chris. He's the first person who told me when I got into training, no man, you have to squat. If you don't squat, you're not really training or working out. You have to squat. When I first got into lifting, he went and drug my ass under a squat rack. Well, Chris is about 6'5". I think he's 6'5" or 6'6". And here, I'll show you guys a picture of him working at his current job. He's the guy in the cap. Oh, here he is again. Now, I personally, years ago when he was younger and he was still playing at the university level, before he went into the NFL and before he went into coaching, I've seen him squat 700 pounds, and he's a pretty tall guy. He didn't really seem to have a whole lot of problems doing it at 6'5". And it kind of comes back to the point of it's never athletic trainers, it's never strength and conditioning coaches saying this stuff. It's always bodybuilders saying this stuff. That tall people can't squat, shouldn't squat, aren't built to squat, or don't need to squat. And it's like Bill Starr always said. Bill Starr once said publicly, and was quoted on this, that the average professional bodybuilder is not qualified and doesn't know enough about weight training to successfully coach a high school football team in the weight room. So why everybody is going to bodybuilders to get training advice when bodybuilding is literally, so bodybuilding is about two things, guys. Competitive top-level bodybuilding is about two things. It's about genetics and it is about drugs. And maybe a very distant third, diet. And there are exceptions. I've met a few serious hardcore top bodybuilders who have a vast knowledge of training and understanding of training and biomechanics and training programming, but they are the exception to the rule. Most bodybuilders don't know anything about this stuff. So why every time bodybuilders start coming up with these things about people shouldn't squat, they send it to me because some serious bodybuilder either said it on a forum, or several bodybuilders, just like 6 bodybuilders have said this on YouTube, at least 6 different videos, that people always send it to me like I'm supposed to take this shit seriously. So I guess since tall people can't squat, or tall people don't have to squat, I should go ahead and call Chris up and tell him, hey, you know, Chris, all that squatting you do, that's the reason you didn't make it onto a better NFL team and you never made it to a Super Bowl, because you're 6'5" and you know you did all those squats all the time. I mean, that fucked you up. that ruined your chances. And you know, all those tall guys you got on your team right now, some bodybuilders on the internet said that they don't need to squat. So maybe if you quit having those guys squat, you know, the Detroit Lions will go ahead and make it to a Super Bowl this next year. Since you're training them wrong. I mean, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You only play in the NFL and you only have a master's degree in biomechanics. So you need to quit making those guys squat. They don't have to squat. They're tall. They're not built for it. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. This is a bit of a rant. This is a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's just that I'm waking up and it's one of the most annoying topics. It's one of the most moronic topics I've ever heard. The vast majority of tall people, because of their specific training goals, probably still need to be squatting. If you want to get truly strong, irrespective of your height, you need to squat. And people are going to talk about tall bodybuilders. Well, tall bodybuilders don't successfully make it in bodybuilding. So I don't even know why we're having that conversation. They're too lanky. You don't see 6'4", 6'5" guys making it in the IFBB in bodybuilding. So that being said, they're already genetically fucked. I don't know why we would even be discussing really tall guys for bodybuilding. Most of them would do much better in some sort of actual sport. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.